Hey folks, Kilt-Man here. Kilt-Man at your services. How are you all? Hope you're all doing very, very well. Now, I'm feeling really pumped up for this one because I've been exorcising. Oh yes. Now, this video is now officially 3 days late. I saw The Exorcist Believer, the first showing in the UK that I could get to, which was midday on Friday, the opening day in the UK. It opened in America the day before. And I thought, well, I'm in there, I'll watch it, and I'll come back to the Kilt Mansion and get the review out to you guys and warn you in advance, hopefully, to save some money. We're getting ahead of ourselves there. And but I miscalculated the fact that there's loads of pubs between the cinema and the Kilt Mansion. And Kilt-Man is nothing if he's not thorough. And I went to it, all of them, on the way back. So that never happened, and if you didn't happen on Friday. So I thought, well, okay, don't worry. Get up early on Saturday and get the review done. So I did. So yesterday, for today is Sunday, the day of rest. God is at rest, but the devil's at play. And I got up early and I made one fundamental error. No, I didn't start drinking whiskey for breakfast. Although, you see, with the good spirits, you keep at bay the bad spirits. Bottoms up, y'all. I put the telly on, the television, and then was horrified, shocked, and fascinated by the unfolding events in Israel and Gaza. Yeah, I'm not going to go into any of that right here, right now, but at some point I probably will, because this is truly nasty and really big, momentous stuff, folks. There's a lot more to it here, and I've got very, very, strong opinions about this sort of thing, as a lot of you guys know. So it kind of threw me a bit of a curveball. So I sat and watched as things unfolded on numerous news channels, just watching it unfold, and more horrific footage. And then Mrs. Kilt-Man arrived. This was kind of like several hours later, and she went, "Have you done your video yet?" And I went, "Oh shit." No, she, well, you're too late now because we've got to go and do this, then we've got to go and do that, and we're going to be busy for most of the day. And we were. And after being busy for most of the day, on the drive back to the mansion, I said, "Oh, just drop us off at the Royal Oak, get a couple of whiskies down my neck, get myself, in the mood for doing this video." So she did, to drop me off. That was another fundamental error, wasn't it? Because I didn't leave the pub, did I? No, I didn't. And by the time I did get home, I fell asleep. Anyway, now it's gone very dark in here. Ominous, perhaps. Now we can discuss David Gordon Green and Blumhouse's first entry in a proposed trilogy following on from The Exorcist, 1973's masterpiece by William Friedkin, based upon William Peter Blatty's novel of the same name. I need not go into any details about that classic. Now, let's be honest, right up front, I was not happy about David Gordon Green attempting to do anything with this franchise. And it is a franchise. You had Exorcist II, The Heretic, which at least had ambition and something really out there, wacky, bananas, bonkers stuff, visually impressive, and a fabulous score from Ennio Morricone. And I have a curious sort of fascination, love-hate thing with Exorcist 2. Everyone else hates it, but it is different. It's out there, and I think that's the point. If you're going to do something, a sequel to a classic movie, you've got to go somewhere else. Don't try to replicate it. DGG, oh you little scamp you, with your Halloween trilogy behind you. Don't try and replicate what went before. Try and do something different. You tried both attempts. your 2018 entry into a proposed trilogy. Then which was quite good, but the huge error of Dr. Sartain and the complete lack of suspense and excitement, at least for me. But that was just me. But I still enjoyed it for the most part. And then Halloween Kills. Oh, you guys remember how I was looking forward to that. And I went to the cinema in fact I went to see it all three entries in full Michael Myers gear. So there you go. And I was immensely disappointed and crushed by Halloween Kills, which I thought was a really naff title anyway. Halloween Kills? The fuck does that even mean? Your version, Halloween Sucks. Anyway, saw that, hated it. Saw Halloween Ends, initially liked it. Initially thought, well, that's challenging, it's different, you have took a different direction, but it doesn't flow with the other two movies. And therein lies the problem with one of the many problems with David Gordon Green and Danny McBride's writing. They have the first entry, Halloween 2018. Oh, it's going to be a trilogy. But you're basing it on whether the first film is successful. Otherwise, there won't be no trilogy. But the first film was. But you hadn't written anything. You did not know where it was going to go. So you did a big slasher, rampage, a la the 80s stuff, but on super steroids for Halloween Kills. But it was still shit. And then, well, okay, that didn't quite work. Well, where are we going to go? Well, we didn't really think this through. It is Lost all over again. Lost, the TV show. Box yourself into a corner. You've got no idea how to get out of it. So you just literally, oh God, what are we going to do? In desperation. Can it all be a dream? Oh, what are we going to do? So Halloween Ends. Oh, well, I've discussed that quite a lot. And I say initially liked it, but then grew to despise it because it is a lamentable travesty of a movie. As is overall the Halloween trilogy. So then, but because it's a big success, oh, Blumhouse, let's spend, and Universal, let's spend $400 million. Say it with me, with your rosary beads. $400 million to buy the rights to The Exorcist. But we're going to do a trilogy. Seriously, you're going to do it. So you're going to ignore, well, this is the idea. Like with Halloween, ignore everything that came after the first movie and do a direct sequel. Well, albeit set in modern day, but bringing in legacy characters. I'm telling you, we're going full spoiler on this. Bring in legacy characters and trying to address all of that in a modern setting and make it also kind of inclusive to all religions. Which is what they do. And but we don't just want one possessed girl, we'll have two possessed girls. Yeah, so it's twice the trouble, twice the diabolical nature of evil. Yeah, so we did that. Or they did that. I had no part in this at all, thankfully. And but again, they're basing this on the success of this first movie. Now, critical response to this movie, again, it's kind of nice that I waited a bit. Well, I didn't wait on purpose, but it's nice that I've had a bit of time to ruminate on this and to look at the ratings and how it's, how it compares and all the Rotten Tomatoes and all that kind of shite. And initially, all the critics despise the movie. They do. There's a couple that said it. No, it's okay as a possession movie. It's fine. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's got some scares. It's got some gloopy stuff and some profanities, like you'd expect. But it really plummeted in ratings. It was coasting around about 22%. On all the major where they all get all the statistics together. About 22%. Pretty bad. In fact, diabolical. And then audiences went to see it. Now, the thing about this is that audiences, a lot of them are multiplexers who haven't got a clue about the original movie. But, it's David Gordon Green. Oh, I love them Halloween movies he made. So let's go and see this. It's about a possessed girl. Oh, it's based on some shitty old movie. That's a segment of the cinema goers. You have a huge contingent of the old guard. And you've got a crossover generational gap where people who know their movies and know the original, but are still understanding of a new revamped version. You're going to get the whole thing. What I'm saying is, once audiences went to see it, it suddenly started going up, and it's around about, what, 55% at the moment, something like that. By the way, I'm only mentioning this out of just historical, relevance, because Metacritic and Rotten Tomatoes mean fuck all to me. Also, budgets mean nothing to me, and I don't care about that sort of stuff. I just care about the movie that's presented to me. But opinions definitely seem to be, well, again, divisive. And I've got a suspicion that David Gordon Green knows this after the horrific critical backlash to Halloween Kills and then Halloween Ends, and the huge divisive fan base. Some love it, some despise it, and he knows that now. But the very fact you make a movie which does split the camp brings people in. A film that has hugely negative reviews makes people think, oh, come on now, it can't be that bad. Or, oh, it's that bad, I've got to see it. So you bring in that demographic I said before, that pie chart, another chunk comes in of the ones who didn't give a toss to begin with, but suddenly do want to see it. And that was all right. Okay, so it's gone up in the scores. And as I say, I saw it day one. And so I've had time to think about it. I haven't seen it since, in case anyone's thinking, oh, he's gone back to make more notes on it. No, I haven't. And there'll be tons I've forgotten, I'll be honest. But we know what the story is. It's set today, but you have a sort of prologue, which is set in Haiti. And you've got a young married couple. It's their honeymoon, in fact. And she's actually heavily pregnant. So, not your classic Catholic marriage there. Or rather, it is your classic Catholic marriage. But they're in Haiti in 2010. And he's a photographer. Let's get the names. It's Victor Fielding, played by Leslie Odom Jr. And his wife, Serene Fielding, played by Tracy Graves. And I've got some little noties here, little noterettes here. I say no Tourette's, but I swear like a fucking trooper anyway, so hey, fucking good luck with that one. And he's out taking fantastic photography of all sorts of things. And she goes off to the bazaar and, people see her big pregnant belly. Oh, you must come this way. And some voodoo practitioner does some kind of blessing on the belly, a belly blessing. If you think about it, maybe that's what's fucking caused all the grief that comes later. Who knows? Anyway, before he can get back to her in their apartment, the earthquake of 2010 in Haiti hits. This was a real event, folks. This was a real catastrophic event in Haiti. And he gets there just in time as the stairway collapses and she's crushed under masonry. They rescue her, but he's informed by voodoo doctors now, by some ramshackle hospital there that, look, we can't save them both. We can save your wife or we can save the baby. The choice, my friend, is yours. Remember that, because that's going to bookend the movie. Sprinting ahead there. So he makes his choice and we cut away to 13 years later. So 2023. The here and the now. And his wife ain't there. But his daughter, Angela, is. Angela, played by Lydia Jouet. Is it Jouet? Lydia Jouet. And they've got like they've got a good sort of playful relationship. But she's looking about all the memories of the mother that she never knew. Photographs and just mementos and a scarf, all important scarf. And but she's late for school, so come on, let's get to school. So off they go, and she meets, as he drops her off at the school, her mate comes up. Her mate Catherine, played by Olivia O'Neill, who's part of a Baptist family And hi, Mr. Fielding, and all that, like, and come on, and off they go. Everything's hunky-dory, it's great. He's a single parent who's doing the best he can. He does forget to bring the bins back in, though, as certain neighbours in the hood like to remind him. And they're in somewhere in Georgia. Actually, I can't remember now. I really can't. And it's very autumnal. Again, David Gordon Green tries to capture the autumnal feel, which he did successfully with the Halloween movies. I'll do that. And he's got the same cinematographer on this movie that he had on Halloween 2018. So the film does look good, although it's a bit of a drab palette. It's very browns and greys, but it's autumnal. It's the fall. It's miserable. Like the way that the image on this screen has suddenly gone. It's gone very shadowy, hasn't it? This is bizarre. And I got Pazuzu is sitting here, but you bet you can't see him. You know, Pazuzu, who's who, Yuzu, Pazuzu, bless you. And the cinematographer is a guy called, I think it's Michael Simmons. Michael Simmons, yeah. And I say it does look good. Cinematography is pretty impressive. So anyway, the kids go to school later on. Where's my daughter? So going to do homework at Catherine's house. That's right, yeah. So he calls Catherine's parents, and these are the Baptist people. And is she there? No, but they were going to someone else's house for homework. What? Well, I haven't seen. Anyway, the daughters have gone missing. And then a manhunt, or a little 13-year-old girl hunt, takes place in the environs. And it's really, really unimpressively done, because if your daughter or anyone that you know and love has gone missing, you're going to be absolutely frantic. This is just it's just the families, well, him, Victor, and the two Baptist parents just walking about in the woods, because they've got CCTV footage of the kids were together, the two girls were together, and they walked off and they went into the woods. Why did they go into the woods? And so they're out in the woods just going like, Catherine, Angela, Catherine, Angela, Catherine. Oh, my, Angela. And the police get involved, and it's a 3-day hunt. And then finally, they are found in the barn of a farmer's ranch. The farmer's son goes in, heck boy, what's in the barn there? And like, that was the barn, there's these two girls cowering there. What I found a bit strange about this is that, because they then spend, the girls get taken to hospital, and all the parents converge, and they do tests on them. And in a realistic way, they do mention that they're going to test their hymen to make sure they haven't been molested, because the girls have got no memory of what happened. They think they've only been gone for a couple of hours, but they've been gone. Baby, you've been gone for 3 days. And so 3 days. But if you're going to be realistic about these things, that farmer and his son are going to be massively brought in for questioning. I'm not saying that should play a part in the movie, but it does seem a bit abstract or a bit random. They're found in a barn, but no one mentions anything about that. If you're going to make a point of police procedural, which there is, but it only goes so far, and I'll come on to that again later, unless I forget, but the police involvement is really stupid. But they do make this reference about checking them out, and I thought, well, okay, you're making it unpleasant, because of course when Linda Blair in the first one, Regan, is investigated by psychologists, psychiatrists, and doctors, and has a spinal tap, and the guy makes a reference. It looked like she gave me a look like she wanted to, me to feel it up and all that. Like, there's that element is there. So they try to bring this in, that if little girls go missing, it's usually there's a predatory nature to this sort of thing. So it's brought in. So in a way, I didn't mind that. It was okay. And then they seem to be okay. There's nothing wrong with them. They're fine. And then the two girls go back home. And then things begin to happen. They piss the bed. They just stare into space. They're clearly not right. And Angela does attack her father, and then throws a massive epi fit. And so they're back in hospital again because they're working in sync, these two girls. They also found some, I should say, in the woods, they found some sort of occult stuff, Blair Witch style, hanging from the trees. And it does transpire. Well, they noticed quite early on that Angela misses her mum, who she never met, and who died in the that horrible crushing event of the Haitian earthquake, and was conducting a ceremony with Catherine to try to speak to her mum. This is a rehash, of course, of Regan using the Ouija board and talking to Captain Howdy and all that. So it's just another way of doing that. So whatever happened to those two girls in the woods? They brought something back with them. Okay, yeah. So anyway, they do go back home. And I say things go worse. And then they get back into the hospital. But the two of them are like working in cahoots. They might be in different rooms. And it's all very fucking strange. And you've got Victor's neighbour is a nurse there called Anne, played by Anne Dowd, who has the most sad, sorrowful face you've ever seen. I would say it's like a horse's face, but it's more like the back end of a horse. Oh, that's really horribly personal and unnecessary. But hey, it's out there now. And she's a miserable bitch. And but she's trying to do the best. She's trying to help the family. And you've got this thing about neighbours in this hood who are doing nothing but trying to help each other by invading each other's houses. There's an earlier bit where Victor comes home and he finds that in his own house he's got another couple of neighbours in there. This fucking nosy bastard. And he's got this voodoo root woman, does root magic, scrabbles about in roots and uses, voodoo, I don't know, chants and magic to create, I don't know, whatever she wants to fucking create. But she's a rootist, something like that. And she's in there, and he's like, get the fuck out of here. Because he's just come home, walked to his house, and he's got strangers in his house doing a ceremony on his daughter. Get the fuck out of here. Well, what the hell? Later on, no, let's not go too far with this, because let's not rush ahead of me. They go in the hospital, and yeah, there's definitely things that are happening, and they ain't right in their head, these two girls. The other family, who are Baptists, they take their daughter Catherine back to their house and try to treat her back there, and but Victor's got another crisis going on, because he's like, well, I'm a single parent, and he looks into a special needs psychiatric ward, and he goes in and has a look at it. Very reminiscent, of course, of Damien Carras in The Omen, with he got to put his mother into a home and all that, 'cause he can't look after her. She's in New York and he's in Washington State and all that. And also Exorcist 3, where Kinderman, George C. Scott, will wander through the psychiatric ward in the hospital, and okay, you've got the Spider Woman going across the ceiling, which is a majestically bizarre moment, and in a classic movie. But so he's going to put his daughter's going to go into a psychiatric ward and in her own room. Anyway, but I'm going to lose track of how all the events transpire. But yeah, the girls are clearly fucking doolally. And you get Anne. Now, Anne, the nurse, played by Anne Dowd, the horse's bum face, she is also a neighbour of Victor. Oh, this all happens to be on his fucking street. She stops him, and she's been treating his daughter as well. Like, it's just. Then she tells him, "Look, I want to help you. I think there's someone out there who you need to speak to." I'm laughing already. This is fucking ridiculous. Cheers, y'all. She tells him, "Look, there's someone who's been through what you're going through." Because now that it's kind of being recognised as like possession, or is it possession? Who the hell knows? So there's someone that has been through what you're going through right now and might have some answers for you. And he's like, can you guess who it is yet? And she gives him a book. And he says, like, he's not interested in all this sort of stuff. Like, I don't want to hear all this faith crap. And don't try and preach to me. And she says to him, look, don't you believe in God? And he says the most ridiculous thing back. He says, I don't believe in the question. What? What the hell does that mean? Don't you believe in God? I don't believe in the question. What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? It's just stupid. They're implying he's lost his faith because, you know, he lost his wife. And it was a horrible accident. I believed in God. I believed in everything. Oh, well, wonderful, wonderful. Faith, faith, faith. And then God did this to me. He doesn't say that. What he might do, I don't know. But that's what his belief is now. I don't believe at all. Remember the title of the movie? Yeah. So, she said, well, just before you slam the door in my face, listen to what I've got to say to you. And I thought this bit was actually quite good because she says to him, look, before I was a nurse, when I was only young, I was going to go into the nunnery, whatever you call it. I was going to become a nun. They live in nunneries, don't they? And I was going to become a nun. And on the day, they give you a new name, a new life. Sounds like the French Foreign Legion, to be honest. And only probably thought much more fun. But I've seen a lot of nun movies, and if that's what nuns get up to, oh dear God. No offence. And I don't believe it anyway, so it makes no difference to me. And she says, like, I was going to become a nun, and I was due to go in the next day to get my new name. I've been told my new name, but she basically says she had fun the night before and got herself up the duff, got herself pregnant. But she never told anybody, and she got rid of the baby. But she never became a nun. And she said, I've never told anyone what happened. I've never told anyone what my nun name was, my nunnery name was. But your daughter told me. She mentioned my name and about the loss of my child. I told no one. Just read the book. And the book is by... God almighty. It's by Chris McNeil. That great actress, Chris McNeil, who's the mother of Reagan McNeil. Yeah, Ellen Burstyn. 90 years old. 90 years old. Was not wielding. She's actually really good. She's a fabulous actress. And she had said all along, right from Exorcist, the first movie, when they were going to do Exorcist 2, the Heretic, I ain't doing it. And they asked her for every other successive Exorcist movie, Exorcist 3, Dominion, The Beginning, and whatever bloody other shit came, TV show as well. I'm not doing it. I ain't doing it. And Blumhouse approached it and said, look, we'll give you this amount of money. And she went, no, I'm not doing it. And they came again and said, well, we'll give you this amount of money. And she went, no, I'm not doing it. They came again with a much higher, payment. And she went, double that. And I'll think about it. They did. They doubled it. And she said, and this was about over a year ago, she said she was doing a charity to an acting school and needed some funding. So she went, I'll just fucking use that to fund my acting school. So, okay, you're on. So she comes in for a glorified cameo. Anyway, so she's written this book, and it's called A Mother's Explanation. Right, this you should speak, Anne, the nurse, the ex-nun, the never was a nun, you should read this book. And it transpires that Ellen Burstyn's Chris McNeil has, ever since the events of The Exorcist, has, although she's completely forgot about what happened to her daughter in Exorcist 2, The Heretic, but then DGG ignores anything that came after original movies and does his own fucking bullshit fever dream stuff anyway. And she's like, I'm not an exorcist, but I went out and studied, exorcisms. Every culture, every faith has belief in demons and exorcisms. There's always a different way, and I've studied this, and her book became a bestseller, A Mother's Explanation. garbage. Especially garbage when you see that he reads the passage from the book and he sees the "Help Me" scar, which appeared on Reagan's chest, and the nanny Sharon sees that and calls in Damien Carras, and they both witness it. Ellen Burstyn's character did not see that. Now, it's not unfeasible that someone would have said to her, but Damien Carras dies at the end of The Exorcist, kills himself because he's got the demon in him, and he's took it out of Reagan and took a plunge down them big steps, and but Chris MacNeil never saw that, but he looks at the picture of the "Help Me" and he's like, hang on a minute, and he goes and gets all the file on his daughter from the police and from the hospitals, and because she's got sores and stuff all over her now, like, don't forget about the 2 possessed girls, Kilt-Man, don't forget about them, they're the main crux of the story. Are they? And in the scars you've got "Help Me" written there in these scars. She never saw that, so what's this fucking point of the book? It's just ludicrous. So, right, I'll go and find her. So he does, he goes and gets Ellen Burstyn, gets fucking trotted in. Let's make this legit to the original Exorcist by bringing in Ellen Burstyn. Wow, we finally got her. But what do you do with her? Well, you have a little chat about the nature of exorcisms and other religions and that, like, and how they all believe in the same fucking thing at the end of the day. And she goes and visits Angela in the hospital, the home, the psychiatric ward. And then, Danny McBride, fuck you. And no, hang on, the script is by Peter Sattler and David Gordon Green. The story's by David Gordon Green and Danny McBride. But anyway, you get this pathetic jump scare of Angela suddenly comes up against the window. Those bulletproof fucking demon-proof windows. And he knows who I am because I've met him before. How do you know that? Oh, so it's Pazuzu again. Really? Is it? I don't think they mentioned. Oh, they might do the name. But not in the context of the possessed kids. Don't think they do. There is another name though. What is it now? Lamashtu gets mentioned somewhere along the lines. I don't know. But it's just it's not Pazuzu again. Don't give us that crap. It doesn't make one bit of sense. We'll always come back and and like, but she taunts Ellen Burstyn like Reagan's in hell, and you get demonic voices. You don't get Mercedes McCambridge, of course. Now, isn't it funny? Back in 1973, they really did the dubbing. Linda Blair saying the words, mouthing the words, not knowing what the words were. Of course, you're a very young girl. But Mercedes McCambridge overdubbing it all in that fabulous, deep, growly, demonic voice. Never been surpassed. And they attempt the same thing here. I think, let me have a look. I wrote some guy's name down. No, I didn't. Who does the voice? But I thought I'd written his name down. And it's really, the voice is dislocated from the mouth, and that you can see that, and you think there's no way that girl is saying it. That voice is not coming out of her mouth. Whereas with Linda Blair and Mercedes McCambridge and Friedkin's direction and sound mixing and sound design, you do believe it. So you could do it in 73, but you can't do it in 2023. Oh, fuck off. But it's not that convincing. It's not convincing at all. But like, yeah. And there's some attempt at profanities, but it's rubbish. It's really rubbish. They are too afraid to go anywhere with this. You might hear the word cunting, your cunting daughters. You might hear that, which is Beck Dennings, of course, from the first movie. Jack McGowran, fabulous. Went out the window himself, with his head turned all the way round. But who did it? Who indeed? And Pazuzu! It's gone really, really uber dark in here, hasn't it? Shall we shed some light on the matter, do you think? that didn't do a great deal, did it? But we'll leave it at that anyway. Then you get the next home invasion sequence, because the other girl, Catherine, with the Baptist family, hasn't been put in hospital. She's at home. She had her episode from the trailer, you know this, in the Baptist church. You've got this preacher giving it, all that sort of stuff, like. And and finally, you know, we've got to say thanks, because we got the two girls came back, and our daughter, our sister here from their fucking, you know, Baptist community, and she's there, but she's actually I quite like this. She's just sitting at the end of the pew looking down at the family, and she's doing stuff with her feet. She's taking, like, you know, in churches, on the back of the pew in front of you, hey, rhyming couplets. You've got, like, the ceremony thing, all the sort of the rundown, the itinerary will be there, and you take it out and all that. And I think she's picking it up with her toes or something stupid. But she's just sitting there, like, looking at everyone else, and then she goes missing. And I think she covers herself with the sacrificial wine or whatever, and then she walks down the aisle, and you've seen it in the trailer. It's like the body and the blood, the body and the blood, the body and the blood. Like, fucking get on with it. Like, and you can tell, like, DGG thought this is going to be awesome. This sequence. It's really annoying and patronising. The body and the blood, the body and the blood. Fucking backhand the bitch. And anyway, she has a massive convulsive fit, and she starts screaming. So we know that the two girls are deeply possessed. So that was earlier on, but they're treating her at home. So what you get is this Ellen Burstyn and Victor burst in to their house to see what's going on, and the mother is somewhere, and the dad is just sitting there. And he's blaming himself. It's for my sins. It's for my sins. It's for my sins, and all this. You'll never find out what his sins are. So you set this little thing up here. Oh, it's happening because of me, my sins. Well, did you have an affair? Have you killed somebody? Were you a drug dealer? Nothing. By the way, this couple are Tony and Miranda. Miranda, the mother of Catherine, is played by Jennifer Nettles, and Tony is played by Norbert Leo Butts. Gotta be one of the worst names I've ever heard. Norbert's pretty damn bad. Leo's okay. Leo gets, you know, you get it? Because whatever you want, Leo gets. Did a lethal weapon for you there. But this guy's not Leo Getz. It's Norbert Leo Butts. Fucking hell. And he's a knobhead anyway, because I don't give two shits about these actors. I don't think anyone gives a good performance in this movie at all. I genuinely don't. Anne Dowd is taking it very seriously. She's the nurse, non-nun. None never to be. And Ellen Burstyn, well, she's a great actress, but she's slumming it because she doesn't give a shit about this movie, and you can tell. But anyway, they've burst in there, and she goes up the stairs because she hears stuff taking place upstairs, and there's Catherine in the bed, and Catherine's completely possessed and starts, Reagan's in hell and all this, like. But there's no sucking cocks in hell and anything like that. Sewing socks. Fixing clocks. There's none of that. None of that shit is taking place. But she's taunting Chris McNeil, who has said to us she's not an exorcist, but she's studied it. So what does she do? She grabs a crucifix. Leave this child. Leave this child. You're not an exorcist. You've admitted it. You didn't witness most of the exorcism stuff that took place with your own daughter because you weren't in the room. And they took a long time to do it. And they've done it, well, Father Lancaster Merrin, Max von Sydow, had done it before and met Pazuzu before. And Damien Carras is Jesuits. He hadn't done it before, but he knew. He was a psychiatrist for the church. And he knew that this is genuine. Going to have to bring in an exorcist. He wanted to do it himself, but the church said, no, let's bring in someone more experienced. someone who's done this before, Lancaster men, who dies in the process. And then Damien Carras will die in the process as well of saving the soul of poor Regan MacNeil. So, Chris MacNeil, what happened to her fucking movie career? Anyway, she's like, leave this child. The fucking girl just grabs the crucifix and like fucking stabs her in the face and in both eyes. Chung, chung. What a way to treat horror royalty as Ellen Burstyn. It is absolutely wasteful, scandalous, and a pure and utter insult. She wouldn't have tried to do an exorcism. She's not an exorcist. Doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. She may have studied it and written a book about it, but she's not an exorcist. You've got to have faith for that to work. It's ludicrous. And adds a bit of unnecessary gore. It's like, just, look, these films aren't gory. They're not meant to be gory. Well, they can be. If you take Possession into the wider spectrum of movies, The Evil Dead, one of the goriest movies ever made, is about people getting possessed. So, but The Exorcist has elements of nastiness, you know, but the crucifix is used a different way. It's penetrative, admittedly, and this is a spin on the crucifix being used in a penetrating way. But it shows a marked lack of, like, well, we know we can't go there. It shows a weakness, a complete and utter, like, we don't have the courage of our convictions. We can't go that far. You're trying to make a film based around The Exorcist. That went way beyond what people have seen before. Thematically, graphically, explicitly, and with dialogue as well. And you go nowhere near. It's more like a fucking CBeebies movie, this. But you throw in this ludicrous eye-gouging sequence. So poor Chris MacNeil is then blinded. Is that meant to be some kind of symbolic thing? She's blinded, but she'll become a seer. Well, you won't fucking find out in this movie, because that's it for her. Oh, you'll see her again. Well, she won't see you, but she's all like bandaged up. And Victor goes like, oh, I'm sorry about this. I know this wouldn't have happened if, you know, I hadn't got you involved. So, Victor, it's not you. It's not your fault. Oh, I'll be like, you fucking twat. Why the fuck? I was all right. I was making money off me book. You know, the book as well, a mother's explanation, is what drove Regan away from her mother. Because that success of that book and everyone getting to know what happened to Regan, who don't forget, she forgot everything. She knew nothing about what happened in the first movie. At the end of it, there was nothing. Then, of course, you get Exorcist 2, but you can largely forget about that. Even in a context outside of DGG ignoring everything that came after the first Exorcist, because Exorcist 2 really doesn't follow on particularly well. Just goes off on its own interplanetary fucking tangent. And but Regan's left her mother and she doesn't know where she is, whether she's alive or dead. She's gone, you know, and it's because of this. So you've got the guilt shit there. This film's about guilt in several ways. You've got the guilt of having to make a choice about saving your wife or your unborn child. The guilt about failing to become a nun. The guilt about writing about events which your daughter didn't know about or maybe repressed and drove her away. Guilt. Tons and tons of guilt. And what's her face? Catherine's dad, Tony. It's because of me. Well, what guilt's he hiding? We don't even fucking know. So you mention this and then go nowhere with it. Nowhere. This whole film sidelines the other parents. It focuses on Victor. What's his name again? Leslie Odom Jr., who's getting lots of plaudits for his performance in this. What performance? I thought he was bloody awful. He's completely bland. He's the Billy Bland of blandness. King Bland from Blandland. There's hardly any expression on his face at all. It's just he's so one note. He can deliver lines, but I didn't care. I didn't care one fucking iota about his plight. And I didn't care about the kids either. In the Exorcist, you cared about Regan, you cared about Christopher Neal, you cared about everybody involved in this. You cared about the butler and fucking Burke Dennings with his anti-Semitic fucking... Well, he's totally fucking Nazi-hating, sorry, let's get this right. And he's a right swine. But you cared about everybody in that movie. This movie, I didn't give a shit about anyone. Not one person. And the two girls, least of all. And they're going through it all. They're now contorted. They've got... I didn't write down the makeup effect. Sorry. Bit of windy pops there. I didn't write the guy's name down or the team's name who did the makeup effects. But they're accomplished. But they look ridiculous. They look fucking ridiculous. The two girls get big bad fods. And Catherine gets a big punched in face with big fat lips. Ooh. They're trying to, especially with Catherine, the white girl, because Angela's a black girl. With Catherine, they're trying to replicate this, and they don't get it. They don't get it. They've got sores and scratches and, what have you. All that shit. By the way, if you look into exorcisms, into possessed people, it's very rare that you get the sores or stigmata or anything like that taking place on them. That's very rare indeed. The Exorcist did it because The Exorcist was based on a particular case, and it was a lad, not a girl, and it happened a couple of decades before, or the decade before, the 60s. But yeah, physical manifestation did take place in that case, but it doesn't in most. It's mainly, this is why the church doesn't believe in most of these things, and they thrust it down the psychiatric route, not the actual, exorcisms are very few and far between. They don't just fall for it every time, but this, it goes down. But Reagan was like massively scratched up and all that, with like crazy eyes and a mad voice. So we've got to do the same thing again. But it just has no effect. They're not frightening, and I didn't feel any sort of, oh my god, they're just poor 13-year-old girls going through this. The Exorcist cuts me up. I'm not religious at all. I've said this many, many times. I love the trappings of religion, churches, the iconography of it, and the themes of it, especially when it pertains to the way society is structured and the way that movies are made about it and all that. But I don't believe in any of it. I totally endorse you if you believe in it. I would never seek to argue with that. No matter what your faith may be, that's not my place to argue with it. I personally have my own beliefs, and they're mine. I don't ram them down anyone's throat, and I don't want anyone to ram their beliefs down my throat. But, be that as it may, whatever your belief is, take your gods with you and all that. And have fun together. Everybody Wang Chung together. But, so these are like grotesque. They've got this big fods. Have you ever seen the film The Beast Within? It's not a great movie. It's cult revered, but it's got a great, is it Tom Berman did the effects for it? And of course, you'd had American Werewolf and The Howling and all that. And suddenly, this is the early 80s, you had the era of air bladders and prosthetics. And it's all, and The Thing, obviously Rob Bottin. And The Beast Within has this humongous transformation sequence for this poor guy who is possessed and becomes something other. And he gets this big mad fog during part of the transformation, and it's hysterical. These two girls have got that same fog and look ridiculous. I do not think the makeup effects look good at all. Whereas back when Dick Smith, the late great pioneer of makeup effects, Dick Smith did the effects for The Exorcist, wow. They were subtle, and they initially, and then they got more and more extreme, and the green vomit, the pea soup vomit, the eyes, and it was demonic. But it wasn't like huge air bladders and stuff like that. This goes that way, and it doesn't work. it just simplifies things and makes it really, oh God, generic. Here we go again. Anyway, what have I missed out? What have I missed out? They get the two girls, they realise, look, it's got to be an exorcism. Yeah, hence the fucking title, Exorcism. You've got to bring an exorcist in. So they go to Father Maddox, I think his name is, Father Maddox, played by E.J. Bonilla. E.J. Bonilla. And he goes to the church higher ups. Says like, got to do an exorcism. Can you give me blessing to do an exorcism? What, you want to do this? Yeah, I want to do it, yeah. Well, we'll think about this. I actually genuinely cannot remember if they give him the okay, and he backs out, or they refuse him. I think they refuse him. He has a little meeting with them. Where's Russell Crowe? You know, your Lambretta riding fucking Pope's Exorcist. Oh, that's another shit film as well. It was shit. I love Russell Crowe, and he does his damnedest to make that film at least amusing, which it is. But as a horror film, it sucks. It sucks ass in hell, you know. So he can't do it, but what they do, they get the two girls into, I forget whose house it is. It might be Victor's house. I can't remember. And they draw circles on the floor, chalk circles and fucking pentagrams. I don't know what. It's all the devil rides out. And they amass a bunch of, it's like, Mark Kermode said this, it's like Avengers Assemble. They don't just bring in, because Chris McNeil said, like, every faith has got exorcists. They all believe in demons, and possession takes place in every single faith. So, I don't know who the best is, although the Jesuits, certain, and Catholicism worked for you. But this priest, who's a Catholic priest, Father Maddox, he backs out, and they're all outside the house in the little neighbourhood, and they wheel in all these machines, electrocardiographs and fucking also defibrillators, fucking everything's in their house. It's almost like, do you remember Prince of Darkness, John Carpenter, and he gets all this team together to work out the devil and quantum physics. It's like that. Or, oh God, there's so many other movies where you get a team together, like Legend of Hell House, and they bring in all stuff, equipment, and they're all there. They all got different. There's a husky on the rampage. She's about to go out. She's all excited, so she's running about, trying to avoid getting a harness put on her. I want to go free. I want to go free across the Antarctic wastes. Just keep that helicopter away from me. She's a dead ringer for the dog from The Thing. This is just for newcomers. I know everyone else knows this already, but yeah, I heard the harness being clipped on, so she'll be gone in a minute. But so they bring in all this stuff, this equipment, and it is just like Mark Kermode says in his review of it, which he did not like this movie at all, which you understand. His favourite film of all time is The Exorcist. He's done documentaries on it. He's written books on it, and I like him. He is an arty-farty, highbrow fucking, critic, savant, but he has got a soft spot for genre movies, and he can be very amusing. So I largely agreed with his take on this movie, although you knew damn well he weren't going to like it. Just thinking now, most of you guys knew damn well I wasn't going to like it either. But anyway, so they all go in there with these machines. It's stupid. What about I would say the neighbourhood would be going like, what the fuck's going on here? What's all this shit going on? All these people going in the house and these fucking big machines and all that. And but then again, half the fucking neighbours are in there, because it's funny how he had neighbours who were like lay preachers and neighbours who were ex-nuns, fucking nurses, who were all getting involved. They're all there together, and fucking shite. And they begin to do a multifaceted exorcism on the two girls. They strap them into chairs, and the two of them are sat back to back, spewing bullshit and really unsynced, badly dubbed voices, insulting everybody and challenging and pseudo-taunting. Nowhere near like the beautiful discussions that Pazuzu via Linda Blair and Mercedes Cambridge has with Damien Carras and, of course, Chris McNeil in the original movie and Lancaster Merrin. You don't get any of that. There's no ruminating on theology and the taunt and deceit and the lies and the whole point behind it. What's the point behind possession? You know, as Carras says to Lancaster Merrin, why? Why this girl? Why? And like Merrin just says, to make us despair. And it's so hugely relevant and powerful, and yet so simply stated. Their discussions in that movie and in Blatty's book and Friedkin's movie really make you think about things. Whether you're religious or you're not, we all exist and we all have something within us which makes us think about things beyond us. Why are we here? Why do we exist? What's the nature of good and evil? And that film makes you think that. This film is just a tenner-penny generic possession movie, which just happens to use The Exorcist and the baggage and the legacy of that classic to try to make it important and relevant in its own right, which it is not at all. But back to the case in point. Lots of these two girls sitting back to back, blah, blah, blah. Root girl does all shit and throws things into the fire and flames come up. Ether comes out on their gobs. We go into like CG shite dollop overload. And none of it effective. None of it at all. No frights, no shocks. Nothing that's genuinely, anything at all. And, but then Father Maddox, he said, no, I couldn't do this. Knockety knock on the door. I'm here. And that's meant to be like Father Merrin appearing outside the house, the big brownstone of Chris McNeil in Georgetown in the first movie, with the spectral light. No, I'm here, to save the day. Fucking bollocks. Grab those rosary beads and really, really nick them and play with them because all hell is going to break loose. In your face, Father Maddox. He starts doing all shit. He's got all his robes on. It looks fucking ridiculous as well. And then, of course, in the first movie, we had the head spinning all the way around. Ooh, I can't quite manifest that here right now. But if I finish this bottle, I'll probably be in a much better state to do that. He's doing all this stuff, all the Roman Catholic rhetoric and all that. And it's Catherine that seems to do it, manifest the power. Telekinesis, which you've seen in the other movies, and they do have that, but it's never been to this degree. And suddenly his neck goes, and he goes, and then all go, oh no, and like his head just goes, she's not touching him. It's the power of the mind, the devil's mind. Is it Pazuzu? I don't think so. It's Lamashtu, I think. And his head goes, and then goes with a big, and a really horribly obvious fucking dummy effect. It's awful. And he hits the deck. Boosh. He's dead. A dead man there. A dead man. You've got all this fucking machinery. You've got this fucking, oh my god, this line. And it's, I don't know who says it now, thinking about it. Because you've got loads of people in this room. And you've got some of the neighbours. You've got the nurse nun thing. You've got the other two parents, who you largely forget about. You've got Victor, obviously. You've got the two girls. You've got Father Maddox. But you've got other, the Baptist family for Catherine have brought the preacher, the Baptist preacher. He's in there as well, doing fuck all. And I think there's other people there as well. And now you've got one of them's dead. But somebody says, I wrote this down, because they got these monitors on them and all that, like, they're at critical temperature. It's the start of an eruption. What? They're at critical temperature. It's the start of an eruption. Eruption of what? Lava? What? Supernova? Nothing. Nothing happens. They're at critical temperature. Get the fuck out of here. You've had these machines. Oh, earlier on, like, their heartbeat's the same. They're together. They're linked. They brought something back from the world. Oh, fuck off. It's so bullshit. I mean, really bullshit. At this stage, you're like, oh, God. I was in the cinema with, I did count them, and I've forgotten now. It was about 10 other people. 10. Maybe 11. I was on my own. There was another guy on his own, and it was couples everywhere else. So, yeah, 10, 11, maybe 12, something like that. But, I definitely heard snoring throughout this movie. Because the movie is slow. It's fucking slow. It's deadly dull and dreary slow. And some scenes go on for way longer than they should do. Expositional scenes of talky, waffle. And you're like going, oh, God. You are preaching to the converted. We don't need to hear this stuff. Just cut to the fucking chase and give us some genuine slow burn, frights and character-based, histrionics, which we've earned. We've earned them going crazy, and the sheer dilemma that they're in. You don't get any of that. I felt nothing. I keep saying this. I felt nothing for anybody in this movie. I didn't give a shit whether they lived or died. I didn't care about the kids. Fucking drag them to hell. Which they will do now. They'll rip off Sam Raimi as well. So, the priest is dead. His head spun round. Don't call the police. No, don't do that. Just carry on. We're too busy. Gotta do all this. And the demon, whatever his fucking name is, says you got a choice. You gotta save one, and the other will die. Choose. It's like fucking Ghostbusters. It's like Gozo. Goza, not Gozo. Maybe I'm thinking of Gaza again. God. Oops. And you must choose. Of course, Victor had to choose: save the wife or save the unborn child. Now, you've assumed up until now that his choice was to save the child, because there she is. And there she is looking horrible and ugly and all that, with a big mad fod and all that. And she's like, you lied. You didn't choose me. You chose your wife. You chose mother. Which he did. As we learn, he did. And I thought, well, okay, you are remembering all of that. And that's a nice little twist there. And these demons know, or this demon knows your innermost thoughts and hopes, desires, woes, and despair. So it kind of makes sense. And I did kind of like that. But they've got to make this choice, and he's like, I won't choose. And Catherine, the Baptist family, Catherine's mother, says, I won't choose either. And because one will live, one will die. That's what they say. That's what the demon says. And it's all fucking ether and shit and flames and fucking all sorts going on, gurning faces. They're strapped down. There's not a fucking great deal going on, to be honest. And and I think it's Tony who's the father of Catherine. He goes, I choose Catherine, and they go, no. I'm not sure what the way out would have been. It's sort of Damocles there, really, isn't it? It's I don't know. What's that phrase? Sod's choice, sod's the no, I don't know. I can't think what it is. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. No, I don't know. I can't think what the phrase is. When you catch-22, that's the fucking one. Catch-22. The first 21 were abysmal as well, but 22 is the worst. There's Damien Carras speaking there. So what happens is Angela, Victor's, the family we've been following, she appears to die, breaks the bonds, floats up into the air, does something crazy, and eyes roll over and dead. She's flatlined and all that kind of shit. But the demon is a liar. It is a deceiver. So no, I didn't say that whatever name you chose wouldn't be the one that lived. Hey, because Catherine's going to die. And Catherine doesn't just die. We see the ground open up and hellish faces and hands grab her and drag her beneath this, I don't know, really sweaty, horrible floorboards with a bit of a flood taking place. There's a leak in that house, and she gets dragged down to hell, like Sam Raimi's Drag Me to Hell, which is a fabulous movie. Again, about possession, and sort of it's a play on the classic Night of the Demon as well. But I've talked about it before, so that's a great movie. It manages to conjoin, genre, horror, with great effects and set pieces, fabulous music by Christopher Young, great direction by Sam Raimi. It's funny and it's clever and it's frightening and it's got loads going on. Everything this film does not have, because fuck all happens in this movie. And I've made it sound more exciting, and I hope I haven't, because it certainly isn't. And so Catherine gets dragged to hell. And that's it. You just see her mum and dad, oh no, and then they're forgotten about. That's fucking it for them. They just lost their daughter. Their daughter's, the shell of the body is dead on the floor. Police turn up. Oh, finally, the police turn up. How do you fucking explain this, by the way? How the hell do you explain this? That fucking priest is lying there, his head fucking twisted round. And that girl's dead. And what the hell are you, what's all this machinery? What are you guys doing? There's a lot to answer for here. In The Exorcist, Burke Dennings, they never find out what happened to, we know, but they never find, we think we know anyway, we don't see it happen. But Burke Dennings is found at the bottom of the steps. Carras throws himself out. You've got the police are there and are discussing this, but it's shown and they are powerless. They don't have a clue what's happening. It can't be that girl. I mean, it works. It's realistic. This, you've had two girls going missing, but there's no fucking police involvement until the girls are found in someone's barn. Where's the investigation there? None at all. These girls are going fucking crazy in hospitals and fucking, oh God, all sorts. Where's the police involvement? You've got one police woman who I think looks Native American. I thought that at the time. I don't know. I can't think. Don't know who plays her. Who is in it a little tiny bit. And the police do arrive at this juncture. You get the Close Encounters style bit where I think it's Anne Dowd, the nun that wasn't, the nunosity, who opens a door to all flashing blue lights. It's kind of like a little, the little lad in Close Encounters opening a door, and it's all like light show outside, and he gets abducted. But in this case, it's just the police who bring everyone out, and like this pathetic finale, where there's a dead girl, there's a dead man with his neck spun round. And the police are all like, do you need to sit down? Are you okay? You'd be like, what the fuck happened there? And don't give me this demonic possession bullshit. We've seen cults like this before. Don't believe a word of it. It's set up so badly that this couldn't happen. It couldn't. It's so stupid. It's so OTT. And the police are just like, oh no. And then you get this, oh God, absolutely fucking horrendous, long protracted finale of Anne Dowd, who plays Anne, the nurse, neighbour, nun. Nurse, neighbour and nun. The fuck? Who writes this shit? Well, I can tell you who wrote this shit. Peter Sattler and David Gordon Green. Fuck off, pair of fucking knobheads. And useless cackmeisters are making movies. You, DGG, sticks of Pineapple Express and shit like that. You can make comedies, you can't fucking make horror movies. Idiot. And so you get this Anne Dowd, the nurse, she's talking to this Native American, I presume, about the nature of good and evil, and why we need to believe, and whatever it is. I don't know. It just goes on forever. And while she's talking about all this with that fucking sad fucking horse arse face, you've got a montage of, Victor goes to the grave of his wife, pats the headstone. Hello, You all right? You know, still in there. Don't tell me you're possessed as well. Like, oh, fucking hell. And and you got the girl going back, his daughter Angela going back to school. Now, this is weird as well, because I've seen people, because obviously, although I've had a few days to, pontificate and think about this and digest it, and then think to myself, shit, I've still got to do this, haven't I? I've still got to do this. Because there was a point where I thought, I couldn't be arsed doing this. But anyway, he drops Angela back up at school. All the scars have gone, your fod's gone back down and all. I'm like, oh, fuck off. It would take a long time to heal from this. And she goes back into her class. You still got the montage of this woman speaking about nature of good and evil and, why it happens, and we persevere, its endurance, and, fuck off. And this kid goes into her class. She was in the same class as Catherine, and she sits there, and she said a nice and a lovely, smiley ta-ra to her dad, and goes into the class, and she sits there, and you're hearing this voiceover, and she looks over to the empty chair where Catherine sat. And I've seen people online going like, have you seen her demonic smile? And she's still got the devil in her. What fucking film did you see? She does look over and she does smile slightly, but it's not a smile of demonics. Or it's not like Damien at the end of The Omen looking over his shoulder after everyone's been killed and he's now holding hands with the president. He's got that kind of grin on his face. It isn't like that at all. It's actually quite a humanistic sort of approach. If it was meant to be fucking nasty, that didn't work at all. Just didn't work. Because he just looks over at a friend's empty seat and then just sort of turns back and it's a smile of relief. And I get that. That's fine. I can understand that. Folks, The Exorcist Believer is a shitfest of a movie. Now, I'm saying it because I'm a fan of The Exorcist and Exorcist 3. And kind of in the shadows, kind of enjoy Exorcist 2. I said it. But I don't lump that in the same category at all. But this is a cackfest. It's a cash-in of the cheapest variety. Well, not cheap, 400 million. Say it with me. $400 million. Yeah, I'm going to use an Arnie voice. Say it in your own fucking voice. Or say it with Mercedes McCambridge's voice. Wow. $400 million. And they shoehorn in, well, the title, The Exorcist. I've missed something else, haven't I? I've missed out. I said spoilers. And I've missed it out because it's so forgettable. It's shit. That at the end of the movie, where everything's meant to be, everyone's hunky-dory. I can't believe I forgot this. God. Do you remember the little girl that got possessed in the first movie? The classic movie, the masterpiece, Linda Blair as Regan McNeil. Her mother in this movie, in this universe, wrote this book, A Mother's Explanation. And because of that, it drove Regan away. Never seen her since. And the mother, Ellen Burstyn, sitting there, she's got the bandage across her eyes, like a cross, like sort of like the Scottish saltire flag. The cross is like that, not like that. Across her eyes, and the door opens, and she's sitting there, and she goes, "Victor, is it you?" Why would it be Victor? You've only met him a fucking couple of days ago. Why the fuck would it be Victor? You've got other friends. You were a massive luminary in Hollywood. You were a huge movie actress. For fuck's sake. And you've written a best-selling book. You'd have tons of people coming to see you. Victor, is it you? And then creepy. Whoever's walked in doesn't say nothing to the poor blind person sitting there confused, and then walks over and grabs their hand. Like, fucking hell! It's me, Mum. It's me, Mother. It's Regan. It's Linda Blair for a 4.3 second cameo at the end of the movie. and the two embrace. And we're meant to go, oh, they've got resolution. Oh, they didn't need resolution. They had resolution at the end of The Exorcist. For the love of Christ. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. But in David Gordon Green's world, the power of shite compels you. The power of shite compels you. This fucking cunt is possessed himself. This cunting director is an absolute shitfest. He is an idiot. I hate the guy. He's probably a lovely person. I don't hate the guy. I don't. I hate what he does. I hate what he's done to two movies that I've absolutely adored and grown up with as well. Okay, well, I was alive when The Exorcist came out. I didn't see it till a few years later, but I loved it when I first saw it. I didn't quite understand it when I first saw it, but I understood the plight of a mother trying to look after her daughter. The religion aspect, even now, I have more credence in the religion aspect of it, obviously, but it still doesn't mean a great deal to me on a spiritual level. But the plight of a woman looking after her daughter and seeing nothing but despair, and whoever I turn to, no one's helping me. What's happening? And then I've got to turn to religion, and there's a demon in there. What? It's brilliant, and it asks many questions. This film asks only that you just come and pay your dollars to come and see it, and then allow us to make some money so we can do two more. Where the fuck are you going to go with this? I despair now. David Gordon Green, you are the fucking devil. You know, you've possessed great movies and put your cancer into it. You are a shit director of horror. Zero tension, zero interest, zero commitment. The films look good, although in this case it does look kind of drab as well. But the filming, the cinematography is pretty good. There's nothing particularly revelatory about it. Oh, the biblical terms coming in. There's nothing particularly, barnstorming or grandstanding about it. But it does look nice, it flows. Editing, no. You've got scenes that go on for way too long. You've got scenes where you think you're putting jump scares. Oh God, you just had to put jump scares in, didn't you? And none of them work. Not one. There's one early on with a snake when they're looking for the kids in the woods, and Victor, I think he tosses a stone aside and a fucking snake comes up. But only because the sound design really kind of ramped that one up. But otherwise, no. The acting, they appear to be giving it some. But the thing is, with the script that they're given, and you don't care. You just don't care. What's his name? The main guy, Leslie Odom Jr., getting all the plaudits. Get the fuck out of here. You are one note. You seem to be committed to it, and yet you can't do anything with. You are so flat with the whole thing. You are pancaked. You've lost your daughter. You'd be fucking screaming. You'd be giving it loads. I don't know what happened to them. Why didn't you tell me they were meeting that? You'd be giving it loads. You don't give anything away at all. There's a thing with a scarf as well. Just remember that. There's a thing with a scarf. I think that's how he brings his daughter back from the big possession during the dual exorcism thing. Fucking hell. It's so... Let's get... Well, we don't want one possessed girl, we want two. And we don't want, two exorcists, like in the first movie. Let's have 5 or 6 of the bastards. Fuck off. And it's kind of rammed in at the end of the movie. It just kind of feels bolted on as well, this exorcism thing. It's utter turd. If you took out any reference to The Exorcist, took out Regan, or any reference to it, took out Chris McNeil altogether, and just had this as its own tenner-penny possession movie, it would still be shit, because it has nothing. It's not scary, it's not It's not outrageous. It doesn't offer anything new at all. Where the hell are you going to go with this now? Where? What's the next movie going to be? It's meant to be called, if it ever happens, Exorcist, or The Exorcist Deceiver. Because the beast, the demon, is a liar. Well, it fucked around with the choice. You chose poorly. It's fucking stupid, you know. So it's Deceiver. So what's the third one going to be? The Exorcist, Golden Retriever. Now the dog is possessed. Exorcist, Kiddie Feeler. Now the pedos in the woods will have their day. Where are you going to go with it? Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? Pretty much now, Ellen Burstyn is, unless they bring her back as some kind of fucking blind seer, and with Linda Blair, with her daughter, they can come back and do something else. Where are you going to go with it? What's the point? What's the point of having those two characters in this and it's a trilogy? You've ended this story, so what's the fucking next one? Oh, maybe it's a Deceiver and Angela is still possessed. Like those guys on the forums said, like, she gives a demonic smile at the end. She just fucking doesn't. But no matter how stupid and crass David Gordon Green and Blumhouse are, they boxed themselves into a corner with Halloween 2018 and didn't know, oh shit, where are we going to go with this? Oh my God. Oh, it was a success. We should never said it's going to be a trilogy. You've done the same thing again. If you've got a fucking story mapped out for this trilogy, then I'm as much of a horse's arse as Anne Dowd. There's no way Ellen Burstyn's coming back. She made a lot of money out of this movie for about, 14 minutes, not even that, maybe 12 minutes of footage, screen time. And she managed to fund her acting school and all that, which is great. And she's fucking said so as well. A year ago, she fucking talked about all this. I only did this after knocking them back time and time again. And then to just double it, and he did. Ha ha ha, dickheads. She basically said that. Got the money and I could fund me school. So, fuck you. And Linda Blair. So, how's it going to end? Is it going to be a case of like, okay, this girl, Catherine, went into hell. Are you going to come back and try to form another, Exorcists Assemble team to go to hell? Now, I don't want to put ideas in your head, DGG, but there you go. Because what are you going to do again? Now, with the Halloween trilogy, yeah, you had a rehash of Halloween with the first movie. Then you had a big sort of rampaging, retrospective, steroidal version of all slashers from the 80s with Halloween Kills. Fucking stupid time. And then Halloween Ends. Now, you went off kilter. You did something different. You did, and I admire you for that. I do admire you for that. Gotta say that. No, you did something different. It didn't work, and it was shit. But you did something different with it. But so, are you going to do the same thing with this? Are you going to do like an Exorcist 2, The Heretic? You're going to have a fucking zzz flying across country with like, what was it? It's a locust, isn't it? A locust, locust body cam, flying through all the valleys and all that. You're going to have tribalism. What are you going to do? Is it going to be set on another planet? Where are you going to go with it? What are you going to do with the next one? You guys just do a first movie and project. If it's a success, we'll do a trilogy. You'll be fucking lucky. You'll be fucking lucky with this. Possession movies are the absolute thinnest parameter of the horror genre. There's not much you can do. Unless you've got a possessed person flying a plane, full of trapped passengers. I'm giving you too many fucking ideas here, you cunt. Don't you nick my ideas now. Copyright here and now. Kilt-Man, you got a jet and the pilot's possessed. Oh, yeah. And I don't mean like Airplane, that he's just fucking, he's an inflatable, which could be great as well. The little horns come up as well, and another horn come. 666 stamped on his head like. Or, you know, you're in charge of an aircraft carrier and you could cause World War III, you know, and you're possessed. Or I say it's in space, it's the first Mars landing, and so, just this guy that happened to go through all of NASA's training. No, it'll be a girl, won't it? We're bringing young people as well, because we're going to start a whole new race on Mars, and one of them is possessed by Pazuzu. This film brings in imagery from the original movie. Dogs fighting, the autumn leaves falling, certain camera shots, certain lines of dialogue certainly recall a lot of stuff from the original movie. But it's hackneyed, it's obvious, and it's scrotal. It's purely scrotal screenwriting, which I detest with a vengeance. This film should not exist, didn't need to exist. There's no reason for it. There's no motive for, well, the motive is money. And that's what sickens me most of all about you guys. Blumhouse, all filmmakers trying to make money out of it. But some filmmakers have integrity and create artistic movies which have, even if they're not arty-farty and they are generic exploitation movies, they go off on their own tangents. Look at all the rip-offs of The Exorcist that came out from Italy, and there were loads. But they all went wild. They went crazy. And they had literally no similarity to The Exorcist. They were totally fine because they were original. They just took the idea. Let's just use possessed girls. We can do this, and we can fucking fly off in bizarre fucking ultra different territory. And they did. Some were shit. Some were even more shit. But at least they did something. I understand. I get that. But you're like this big fucking, you know, horror studio. You pride yourselves, and you're walking tall, thinking that you're some kind of demigod of horror now. Look what I did with Halloween. Look what I've now done with The Exorcist. You fucked up Halloween, and you fucked up The Exorcist beyond belief. Absolutely beyond belief. It's a god-awful travesty of a film. It's not scary. Your jump scares fail because you are unable to create any suspense or terror in anything at all. You fail miserably. You don't have the ability as a director to create that kind of mise-en-scene, that kind of atmosphere. You do not have it. And in this, you slow things down to try to make it all more realistic, like Friedkin's movie, but Friedkin nailed the one or two jump shocks in it, and they work. And the powerful dialogue and the genuine sense of momentum and build-up and emotion. You did nothing with this. Nothing. It's like you did it in your sleep. It's so boring, dull, bland. There you go. I'm sure you're a lovely person. I'm sure you're a great family man. I'm sure you are. I mean, yeah, of course. It's easy to get worked up about movies when you're a massive fan about these things. It's easy. But what I detest is this sort of pseudo aloofness that, I am the best. Look what I'm doing now. And this guy wanted to get involved with doing a remake of The Thing. Can't you do anything of your own? Have you got to take a foundation, which is a masterpiece, and then you've got to get your little fingers into it and then corrupt it? You are the devil. Maybe you are the devil. That's what the devil does. According to these movies, the devil gets in, the devil lies, the devil's a deceiver. You're a fucking deceiver. Well, look, you guys knew I was going to go somewhere with this. And what's this hair doing? What's that? It's like a David Gordon Green special effect. It's like split face. That's how he'd do his Thing remake. That'd be split face. Sweet Jesus. Oh God, I've got so fucking uber Catholic with all of this. How could you not be? I don't know where else to go with this. I think I've said everything, haven't I? Oh, the music. David Wingo does the music. Now, David Wingo has done a few movies, but he's not a composer's name that you will know. I know him. So he's done a few things, and I do like him as a composer. And he did Arnie's zombie movie. Arnie never did I Am Legend like we all wanted Ridley Scott to direct his version of I Am Legend, but with Arnie as, Robert Neville. That never happened. But Arnie did do Maggie, a tremendously heartfelt and very emotional and zombie movie about the aftermath of a zombie apocalypse. How you've dealt with it, but how do you deal with, we stamped it out, but there's still people who are zombies, who are maybe succumbing to zombiedom, and him and his daughter, his wife leaves him. I think his wife leaves him. Can't remember now. She can't deal with it all. But he stays with his daughter Maggie, and Maggie is slowly becoming a zombie, and it's really, really emotional. And Arnie does a superb job in it. Not the big fucking huge guy, busting zombie heads and all that. Not like that at all. But he does a great job. And there's a particularly incredible scene where they go to a neighbour's house, where they have actually killed the neighbour's daughter. Or I think the neighbours themselves, because the daughter broke free. And they realise, they go around there and they realise they walled up, they locked the daughter out and were feeding her. But she got loose. And David Wingo does this amazing piece of music which breaks my heart. And I play it a lot. It's funny how you do that. This is music that's going to upset you, so you play it. Why? Why? Because you explore emotions that you shouldn't keep, suppressed. So I play it a lot, and it always takes me to a really bizarre sort of place. It's not completely dark. It's not completely tragic. There's hope there. I'll come on to that in a minute. Hope to do with The Exorcist. And David Wingo scores Exorcist the Believer with what? I can't remember a fucking thing about the score. Nothing. There's nothing to this score apart from a rehashed, really crappy version of Tubular Bells. You're hearing Tubular Bells from Mike Oldfield's Tubular Bells from the original Exorcist, but I do have Tubular Bells from the new movie, and it's remixed. It's here somewhere. And you hear it, I don't know, for like this length of time. In no film have they used all of Tubular Bells, because it's quite an epic piece of music. It's just the Tubular Bells moment. That's it. Woo! Woo! David Wingo, you're a good composer, but he wasn't alone on this. It was Aman Abbasi also did something on this. I don't know what, but anyway. Maybe all this sort of suspenseful stuff, shivery stuff, which really doesn't provide any suspense or shiveriness whatsoever. If you go and see this film, are you going to enjoy it? Well, you might. I can't speak for anyone else. I speak for myself. And yeah, you can always say that, you went in with a closed mind. You were totally biased against it. I was biased against it because I don't think the film should exist in the first place. But I still went in and hoped to be, wow, actually, that's working. Because you could be surprised. Wow, I cared about this character. Oh my God. Oh, and then the build-up and again, the suspense and the shocks. The slow burn shot. It doesn't have to be a fucking jump scare. Just each time you go in that room and the girl has changed again and the devil is there now, Pazuzu, and whoever the demon is, taunting and saying things. And the intelligence of that conversation and that discourse is what gets under your skin. In this film, there's nothing like that at all. Nothing. I am nothing if not emphatic. I don't know, folks. This was a shit fest. I think it shouldn't have happened in the first place. If you remove all of the Exorcist references and made it its own possession movie in its own right, it would be one of the most boring. There's nothing in this film. Again, to play devil's advocate, if you enjoyed this, that's fine. I'm happy for you. I don't care either, but I review films and I talk about them in depth. I don't go in with knee-jerk fucking reactions. It might sound like I do, but I do not. But if I find things to love and be jubilant about, I will sing it from the rafters. As you guys know, Christ Almighty, God, how many other bloody ecclesiastical terms have we come up with? I will sing it from the bell tower. But if I hate something, I will also be the exact way. I will fucking shout about it and say, what a shit fest. What a waste of money. What a waste of time. A waste of my money. Fucking, and the cost of whiskey in that place ain't fucking cheap, That's one of the most expensive places to buy whiskey in around here. And I needed a lot of whiskey to get through this shit fest. No, it's awful. It's god awful. Mark Kermode has a real vested interest in hating this, and I get that. But I agree with what he said. It just shouldn't have happened. It's a mess of a movie. David Gordon Green. Do you know what, David? I'd love to interview you. Don't worry, I'm not gonna. No, I would love to interview you and find out. I want to know what goes on in your head. Why do you think you can take on these masterpiece movies and do your own thing? What gives you that right? What do you think you have that you can bring to these canvases to add your own broad strokes to it? You're not a great director. In fact, you're a bloody lousy director. And your films are, in my opinion, utter tripe. But I would love to speak to you. Please, pay for me to come to America and interview you. And I promise I'll be good as gold. I'll even bring my own bottle of whiskey, But I'd love to speak to him. I'd love to speak to you, David Gordon Green, DGG, and find out what the hell you think you're doing. You convince me that you really think you're doing something creative and artistic, and you're not just trying to make a fast buck and make a name for yourself. I do think you're divisive, and you do it on purpose as well. I do think that. But does that mask the fact that you can't make anything near as good? So I will make it out that it's going to be something impressive, and I'm bringing in legacy characters. I hate that, bringing in legacy characters. I even hate the term legacy, bringing in legacy characters. Like, to give yourself some kind of relevance and importance. It's fucking ridiculous. But I want to speak to you. Imagine that. Imagine the Kilt-Man interview with David Gordon Green. Let's make it so. Please, someone out there who knows him, someone who watches this video. Well, I know David Gordon Green. Yeah, I work for Blumhouse. Or get this guy in the kilt. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing the Hunting Stewart today. Oh, hey, Hunting Stewart. Somebody out there in the know, get me an interview with David Gordon Green. He might win me over. You never know. He might win me over. Kilt-Man, you can come and have a swim in my pool. We've got a big party. Jamie Lee Curtis is going to be here. Linda Blair's going to be here. Ellen Burstyn's going to be here. Sploosh. Oh, let's do it. Should we do a Kickstarter? A Kickstarter to try and get Kilt-Man to interview David Gordon Green. What are you looking at? Oh, they do some vomit stuff. But they don't even do that properly. It's a little spit. A bit of green. A bit of David Gordon Green. In the face of I think it's the nun that wasn't. The non-nun. Folks, I think I've said way too much. An hour and 40 minutes on a film that's an absolute piece of tripe. Well, DGG, you got some publicity here, whether you liked it or you didn't. But people will go and watch it now. This is what happens, you see, when you badmouth a movie. People either people are so knee-jerk, and so people are so... The fan base of movies now, and the internet, social media, and forums, and that, like, and obviously YouTube. You know, the masses. Masses. No one watches my videos anyway, so hey, you know. But they fall for everything, or they don't fall for it. And if they don't fall for it, there's still a contingent of them that go like, well, I want to see, now I want to see it because he said it's like shit. Well, I want to see how right he is about that. I might like it. So off they troop and go and see it and form your own opinion, of course. My opinion is only my opinion, but it's backed up by, I'm 54 years old. I've watched movies my entire life. I've reviewed movies for a huge portion of my life. For press, for forums, and for this. Way back from the 90s, I was reviewing movies. I was on radio as well, back in the... When I say back on the radio? I was back... 87, 88, my dad got me on to BBC Radio because he knew someone on there. And I had about 2 or 3 weeks reviewing the latest movies. But I was dead young. And like you could tell they were like, he's too enthusiastic. And you go, oh, this is... like reviewing Commando. I think I reviewed Commando. Sure, I reviewed Commando. Like, oh, it's great. He's big. He carries a tree. He's got machine guns. And like, he's got a knife. I think, ah. That's what I was doing back then. Then you evolve. Now, on the forum that I have now, I drink whiskey and I have fun. And I think the idea is, well, the idea has always been that you guys have fun as well. Whether I like something or I don't, you know, I'm having a laugh at the same time. And you guys are meant to do likewise. You may have differing opinions, of course. And I welcome that. You know, my opinion's not fucking, you know, it's not holy. It's not sacred. It's not gospel. It's my opinion. And my opinion can be swayed as well with a proper argument. It's like, oh, you're wrong, you just hate him. Yeah, I do. I hate his movies. I definitely do hate his movies. And I can be, in the throes of the arguments and the fun of sitting here, drinking whiskey and pontificating, I can go a little bit OTT. But I don't come from like just a knee-jerk background. I love The Exorcist. And I think that you've made a very boring and bad and inept movie. Oh yeah, your filming's great, the cinematography's great, yeah, but it's boring. It is. It's lovely cinematography, but it's your palette is very, very boring. It's just your score, a little pastiche of Tubular Bells is beyond that crap. Your the fact that you try to go bigger, more is better. Not one girl, 2 girls, but you didn't really use that too many. Oh, what's this thing? Oh God, is a hell. If you were going, stick around. Pazuzu in the first movie, the whole point of possession and possession movies, if you're going to treat it realistically, and in this movie, you're trying to do it because you're basing it on The Exorcist, which does it in a very documentarian, realistic fashion. And you have demons that can now twist people's heads round just using their power in front of other people. That's not. You've gone way. It's just you've tried to keep it realistically based, realistic dialogue delivery. Well, apart from massive monologues, but and you've tried to keep it, sort of. This is reality. It's we're not being massively overblown, and then you go and do. We can twist someone's head around like in front of witnesses. Well, the fucking demon doesn't do that in the first movie. That's the mystery of it. What happened to Burke Dennings? We don't know that. And Reagan's head twists round. But that's the demon acting on the body, which it's corrupting at the time. So suddenly in your movie, now they can just fucking do things that people outside. And if they can do that, why do they need to possess anybody in the first place? If the demons are that powerful, they can just fucking do stuff anywhere, randomly. Take down governments, make Biden's head spin round and fucking hopefully blow off. It's just stupid. Suddenly you've granted them extra powers. You are gonna take if you do get more movies out of this, and I hope you don't. I truly hope you don't. No offense, mate, but you're gonna have to go to hell. Hopefully, you can go with it as well. But you're gonna have to go to hell to sort this out. Gonna bring back Catherine's soul. Bring her back God, that'd be awful, wouldn't it? It'd be like Michael Myers. He got grinded up at the end, and but did he get shot out the other end? Like these big machines which chew things up and then spit it out the back end. Like in the classic James Bond movie, On Her Majesty's Secret Service, my favourite Bond film, and I can never say its title, which is a real pain in the ass, where the guy goes into the snowplow and he get out the blower at the back, all his blood and guts get showered at the back of it. Are you going to bring, the soul back from the shit machine that you put it into and then reform it? I think you're going to go to hell. I think you're going to take, if you can get Linda Blair back, you're going to take her to hell to drag back souls. You're going to go that far. You're going to go into hell itself. That's where I think you're going to go with this. That's what I think. You could only go, because what could you do with part 2 and part 3? Just more possessions? No, that's not what you do. You're going to, if you follow the Halloween template, you're going to go fucking, an entire city will be possessed in Deceiver. Like New York will all be possessed. There'll be millions of possessed people, heads spinning everywhere, like vomit all over the fucking show. And then in the final one, it all dies down. They all calm down. And then you get a copycat demon comes out. Oh, I want to be a demon as well. Can I possess someone? This little fucking poxy little demon will come out. And it'll be dead low key. And Linda Blair will just, I've been waiting for you all my life. Now you're going to suck my green vomit. Oh, God, where are you going to go? You've boxed yourself into another corner with another shitty film. Cheers, David. I want to interview you. I'm not kidding. I mean it. Be great. It'd be a showdown, wouldn't it? And we probably get on great as well. That's the thing. Do you drink whiskey, David? Do you? Well, let's see what happens, folks. Oh God. Let's do the score out of 10. I don't do scores out of 10. People love this sort of thing. Like it's some kind of proper gauge and barometer, the quality of a film. It doesn't work that way, And people who do scores, they genuinely haven't got a clue. Oh, it's definitely a 9 out of 10. Take it. It's 2 out of 10. The extremes. Let's give it. If I gave it a score out of 10, 3, 4. 4. I'll be generous. I'll give it 4 because I did fall asleep during it. No, 3 because it's boring as well. It's 3. Out of 5, 1. Does that make sense? Doesn't even seem right. The ratio doesn't seem right. But 1 out of 5. It got made. Look, by the way, a lot of other exorcism possession movies I fucking despise as well. So don't, I'm not just heaping scorn upon this. The rest would be crap as well. But I just don't bother reviewing them because I'm not interested in them at all. They're shit and I can't be arsed talking about them. This was an important movie. I hate the fact that it was an important movie, but it is, because a lot of us are massively into The Exorcist and we just have an interest in where DGG and Blumhouse go next. You touch the thing. And my videos against you will be legendary even in hell. But I invite you, David, please come forth. Speak to Kilt-Man. I'll have a great laugh. I bet you he would as well. But at least I didn't get all set up for nothing. Folks, I have been always shall be Kilt-Man. Please, in the meantime, in this ever insidiously, blasphemously, crucifix penetratingly in between time, please keep it Celtic, and I'm going to see you all. Yes, there was something else I was going to say as well. In The Exorcist, you grew to dread any entrance into Regan's bedroom. That was the battleground, and it became a place. They'd sit there at the stairs and look up. The air would be frigid, and you would just don't want to go in there. You're sitting there watching the movie, and don't go in there. You genuinely felt this feeling of I don't want to see that. Don't want to see what she's going through now. It's the turn the blind eye thing. That's how effective that movie was. This, you've got these girls on the show, and who cares? Who gives a shit? Oh, and they bolt down the chairs and they put them together back to back, strap them there. What law allows this to take place? It's fucking ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. Regan was never bolted down to the bed fucking floats all over the bloody place, But the bedroom was a battleground, and the cell in Exorcist, I guess it's cell block 3 then. And of course, Linda Blair knows a lot about cell block movies. Hey, Exorcist 3, the cell became a huge battleground as well with George C. Scott and Brad Dourif and Jason Miller, of course. This movie, you've got no battleground. It's here, it's there, it's fucking. And then the tacked on exorcism finale. It's just so literally just tacked on. That's all it is. We all assemble. You've got this. You've got your roots. You've got your rosary beads. You've got what have you got there? I don't know. You've got your Baptist fucking big hands. Oh Lord, fuck off. I'm out of here.